Hi, kindergartners. It's Mrs. Thomas Moore, and we are here for week 8, day 2 of our learning. And this week we are talking about counting. And we have been counting to 100, and we're going to continue that throughout the week. But today we're going to do something just a little different. We're going to be talking about counting backwards. So we're going to be counting backwards. So that means we're going to be going in the reverse or in the opposite direction that we normally count. So we're going to be counting backwards. And we're going to be talking about SOL K.3, which says the student will, and we're only going to be looking at part B of that SOL today, that says count backward orally by ones when given any number between 1 and 10. Okay, so we're going to be counting backwards today. So we're going to do a lot with that. So before we get going, getting our brains all warmed up, we're going to do a little bit of getting our bodies warmed up. We're going to do some math and movement. And today we're going to do what I call pattern 2 workout. And our pattern 2 workout means we have an A-B part of our pattern. And the A of our pattern is going to be our jump and reach. And then our part B of our pattern is going to be a clap. So we're going to go A, B. And while we're doing that pattern, we're going to count to 20 by ones. Are you ready? Stand up tall. Get ready. Here we go. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We did it. We did our pattern 2 workout and we counted all the way to 20. 20. And we were counting forward with that because today we're going to be doing what? Counting backward. Counting backward. So let's look at our learning goal for today. It says, I can count backward orally by ones when given any number between 1 and 10. So for today, you might need paper and pencil just to write a few things down while we're doing our counting. And then you will need to know the vocabulary that we're going to talk about. And the vocabulary that we're going to be using today is counting, numbers, backward, ones, and number path. And number path is something new. Number path is what we're going to use to help us count backward orally. So that's where you might need your pencil and paper if you want to draw your own number path while we're doing it. So you'll be able to see the one I'm using on the screen, but you may want to write one at home so that you'll have it to follow along. So let's look at this number path. So what is a number path? A number path is just a model that we use for counting. So it's a counting model, and it helps us to know exactly how to count because it has squares, and each square has a number in it so that we can kind of touch on it and see it as we're counting. So we're going to use our number path to help us count. So if we were counting backward on this number path, what direction would we be counting? Will we start with 1 or will we start with 10 since we're counting backward? That's right, 10. And we're going to be going in the direction of our yellow arrow. So that means we're going to be starting at 10 and counting down. So I'm going to put a line near the number as we're counting so that you can see our counting as we do it. So let me know when you're ready. Are you sitting up nice and tall and you ready? Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We just counted backwards orally starting at 10. So we counted down from 10 all the way to 1. So we just counted backwards. Now, did you hear how that sounded when we counted backwards? I want you to be thinking about that because that's something we're going to talk about a little later. So let's look at another. So let's look at this number pad. It's labeled and it has numbers 1 to 10, but we're going to be counting backward. So which direction are we counting? That's right. We're going in the direction of our blue arrow. We're going to be counting starting from that number or whatever number we choose and going backward. So the first time we counted backwards, we started at 10 and counted backward. Well, this time, let's start at 6. See where the yellow arrow is? That's 6. We're going to start at 6 and count backward from there. So if we're starting at 6, that means we don't have to do anything with the numbers 10, 9, 8, or 7 because we're starting at 6. So we're going to count backwards starting at our 6 and go all the way to 1. Are you ready? Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We just counted backward starting at 6 and we went down to 1. So when we counted backward, we started at 6, which meant that's the number we were given, and we counted backward orally to 1. You're doing a great job. Let's look at one more. Let's say we choose the number 8. So I have our numbers 9 and 10 in a different color because we're not even going to need to look at those on our number path because we're starting at what number? We're starting at 8. So we're going to count backward from 8. Are you ready? Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We counted backward again, and this time we started at the number 8. That's right, we started at the number 8, and we went all the way to the number 1. Super job, boys and girls. We just counted backwards from 10 to 1. We counted backwards starting at 6, and we went to 1. We started at 8 and went to 1. So now we know how to count backward starting at any number between 1 and 10. Super job. Now, let's see. We can review what we've just done. We counted backward. We used a number path to do it, and we counted by ones. We were counting orally while we were doing that, so we were able to accomplish our learning goal, which was I can count backward orally by ones when given any number between 1 and 10. Super job. So here's our last practice that we're going to do together. Remember when I said when we start at 10 and we count backward all the way to 1, it ought to make you think about something? That's right, it makes me think about a rocket ship and when it blasts off. So let's do one last practice together and see if we can't make our rocket ship blast off. Are you ready? Let's count down from 10. Ready? Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Our rocket ship was able to blast off because we were able to count down from 10 to 1, starting at 10. Super job, guys. I'm super proud of your backwards today. So for your practice, I want you to go out to those 2 videos that you see there. There are 2 video links sitting there for you to be able to click on, and they're going to help you to count backward orally starting at 10. Great thinking and counting today. I can't wait to see you later this week. Have a great one. Bye-bye.